Now back to Carl Smith. This would be the fourth tape, I believe. Carl Smith, FBI, that was at Warren House Apartments in Huntsville in 80. He was still there in 82. And I'm not going to get into all the things that happened that they pulled off. So I've written a book on mind control. Can't get it published because of the doctors involved, I thought. And then I find out about my kidnapping. Let me try to focus on my coffee maker, I guess, and the other phone. Anyway, I've told all that about you can program people to kill. It was done in patterns. So you think in the end of this, if I'm still alive at all, this would be told. Because the only way to prove mind control is to do it in patterns. It's invisible. Just like the Tucson, Arizona, Gabby Gifford. Her husband was Mark, a twin, Kelly, an astronaut, NASA, and his brother was Scott, named my sons. I ran for Congress and, of course, didn't get it. I was flown out to Larry Flint's, who was shot next door when I was doing the book about Larry McDonald, and his plane goes down. He's a Dr. Congressman, and it veers out of KAL 007, veers out of space into Russian space. It's shot down. All the people aboard die. Now then, Larry McDonald was supposed to be on there. So you follow me on to Lawrence. I'm kidnapped and taken to Lawrence County, Alabama, given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. And the name Carl, the twin, has been used in this, and Preston. And then the Montgomery is the capital where the birth certificates of the twins, it was just marked through. Illegal, they just marked through and put another date of birth to match the one they gave me. And gave me a letter that the doctor that delivered them, Irwin, there's Willard and Price Irwin. Price Irwin was one that delivered the twins. And then I got that name when I was stolen and kidnapped from Buckingham Palace and brought to Moulton. Well, the way the state of Alabama, Montgomery, corrected that was just marking through the dates of birth they'd given the real Peggy and Carl, the twins, and above it, in pen, they had written the birth date given to me, January 7th of 39. No, nobody will touch it. They don't care. I've been laughed at. I've been tortured in ways you can't believe, and they don't want it told. So where was I now? I was going back to after all that happened in 80, and Carl Smith was the FBI agent that was in the apartment below at Warren House. And I'm not going to go in. I'm just doing the rehashing the other three tapes and some others, giving background information. But Carl, in other words, what you can do with mind control. I'm going to let you think about it for a minute. He brought his. He told me about. Brought out the picture of one of the children was his and his wife. And well, I guess he wasn't married then, but that was out of a marriage. Now then, they used to use the ham set and teach you the Morse code, which is what they do when they put you under, and you don't even know it. You're getting it at a sound like the dog whistle. You can't hear that, but the dog picks it up. They do it at a level you're not even aware you're getting it. So how can you combat it? If you found out and went to a psychiatrist, and believe me, if a psychiatrist can't tell the difference, they don't need to be in psychiatry. Like the James Holmes out in Aurora, Colorado is treated for mental illness when it's mind control. God, anybody, that's torture beyond belief. To a man who didn't even know he was going to do that. But anyway, I'm losing here. I'm back to Carl Smith, and I doubt that was his name. But anyway, he showed me the pictures. He told me the other three, he was not married to them. They didn't even know that, well, what do you call it? You can rape someone, and you don't even have to be there, okay? Ask Terry Sawyer and some of them. They ought to be able to tell you how it's done. By the way, Terry has I bet this one won't go up. What you bet? Now then, so in other words, Carl, I tell you what Carl told me. So he had to be told to tell me this and show it. I don't know that it was Anita Bryant. He said Oklahoma runner-up, and I'll let you go from there. Yeah, use your imagination here. His wife that he married was from Athens. She was a teacher. A cute little thing. I mean, Carl wasn't tall. He was a small man himself. And when he brought her and introduced her, he said, "Tell her who I really am." And I said, "Well, he's FBI agent out of Atlanta." She wouldn't believe me. Why is it people are so, why would people not believe me? I mean, I've had stuff to show it all along. So it's not that they didn't believe me, they did. Um, so now then, I was going to go to, oh, yeah, I did want to go to this one. Who was involved in all this, too? NASA and Redstone Arsenal were in Huntsville. NASA began to boom in the early 50s. Remember, they kidnapped me from Buckingham Palace, brought me to Moulton, Pigsty in Lawrence County, and that's only about 45 miles from Huntsville. So you can, I don't have to lay it all out. People can think for themselves. At least some of them can. Um, in the form of hostage taking, it took all forms, bringing in scientists like Werner von Braun, who, by the way, was one of the, I would believe, nicest, honest people there were, and they killed him. It made it look like it was death by natural cause, and it wasn't. It's what you can do with mind control. So it took different forms, hostage money. Um, Now then, John Sparkman was U.S. Senator, and he was so involved in the Smith, I don't know who wasn't. You should get a list of the people that have been involved and ongoing and knowing about my kidnapping and the whole mess. Now then, what I wanted to get to on this one is what you can do with hypnosis. You can kill people, make it look like death of natural cause, or make them commit suicide, and it's not suicide, it's murder by mind control. So, Carl Smith, this was one of the things I wanted to say there. His wife, the woman he had just introduced me to, and said, "Tell her who I am," and I said, "He's FBI agent." And no, she's agreeing that, no, that's not true. Her husband had just died, and I think it was a heart attack. I'm not sure now. It's been so many and so long, things happen. So what if you wanted to just say, "Hey, she's cute. I think," and they got money. Let's add that to it. Think I'd like her for a wife. I'll leave it to you. Now then, you get to John Sparkman, and I can't tell all this, but when I mean, I can't. I'm using up 4 more tapes that I don't know if people will even watch. I can't remember her name, but she came to the health spa. It was the first health spa, Cosmopolitan, in Huntsville, a nice one, and I was manager for the women. And I remember I took over after Victoria left. She was sent down from Nashville. And then I found out my name is Victoria the Second later on in '83, my kidnapping. And Cosmopolitan, you're talking about exercise or weight. Weight as in surgery weight that happened later on, or money, or, oh, I want to say this. One of the things when I was little, and I didn't know where it come from, was they were talking about guinea hens on that place down there, Pigsty. And I was trying to say, no, it's money. Guinea is money. You're wrong. I was just a little kid. But I still hung on to some of my British, by the way. Now then, I wanted to, I can't think of her name, but she was U.S. Senator Sparkman's niece. She had a good job, cushiony job, and if I'm not wrong, it was for HUD. But she was right next door to his office. And by the way, the FBI were just down the hallway. And to me, I don't know. I know they've done a lot of things to me, but I think probably the ones that I'm still alive, whether it's good or bad. And they were a lot better than the citizens